Hello and welcome to Mapped, and this is the beginning of the GrossGlockNer tour. Now I'm just quickly checking in because you know, it's still only early. It's about it's about 9:30. I've been going since 8. I'm in Leicester. So, thank you. No? Okay. Thank you. That's a nice chap. Yeah, so I've been going since 8 in Leicester. It's all going to be motorways. The whole focus of today is to get to France, and I'm on a mission to Folkestone at the moment. So that's it. I mean, there's the bike. It's all packed up and set up as it was for the other tours earlier in the year. Feeling pretty apprehensive with it all, but I think I'll check in properly when I get to London and go through everything from there, from London to Folkestone. So yeah, I'll leave it there for the time being, because you don't want to see me filling up or ploughing along on the M1. Not exciting viewing. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I've now made it to another services, but I'm much further south than I was before. I'm now on the M25, and I'm just had a quick stop for a pee and a drink. Come on. And about to push on to Folkestone. So I should get to Folkestone for around 1. For about around 1. It's 11:30 now, so you know, roughly around an hour and a half away. So in good shape. Check-in for the tunnel starts for 1:30. So all in all, timings are looking okay. It's quite strange for me being down here again on the M25 and seeing lots of signs for Dartford, and that's echoes of another life for me. It's where I used to live in my 20s for a long time, actually, after uni. But yeah, I thought it was about time I turned the cameras on for this 90-minute run into Folkestone. So I apologise now for the initial motorway section, but hopefully we'll get a little bit more interesting. For you guys. I literally can't see anything out of this junction. Massive blind spot. Thank you. So it's never good, is it? Stalling. Right. There we go, M25 Dartford. Onwards. So here we go. We're on it, we're in it, we're doing it. Doing it solo, granted, but we're not going to dwell on that. I'm still doing it. I'm on my way to France and Europe, which is really exciting. I can't really get my head around. Wow, look at those. Bloody hell. Very, very cool looking Ferrari, and I think that was a Lotus ahead of it. Anyway, what I was to say, yeah, I can't quite get my head around the rest of the trip at the moment. It's just a bit too much for me to comprehend. I'm just focusing on the France bit at the moment. And as I think I mentioned in my earlier update, today is all about getting to France. My end destination today is Calais, so I'm going to be jumping on the Eurostar, or the tunnel, to go straight over into Calais, and I think it's it's a big chain hotel, and I completely I don't know, like a Premier Inn or something like that. I can't remember the damn name of the hotel. Anyway, that's where I'm going. I'm staying directly by the come on Blake, let's start this again, take 2. So I'm going directly to Calais via the Eurostar, or the tunnel I think it's called now, or the shuttle, and the hotel is right by the station on the other side. So today's Friday the 2nd of June 2023, just for reference, and I booked this day off specifically to get all of this out of the way, to get the motorway leg from the Midlands all the way down to London, Folkestone and into Calais out of the way. So tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up in Calais in France with this European tour in front of me, which is just awesome. But I'll touch on that on every morning as we move forward through this adventure together. I'm delighted to tell you that I've got Mission Control backing me up all the way on this trip. To you, that's called Toby. So Toby is my wingman on this. He's monitoring my location as I progress on this tour, and he's going to be giving me updates, just keeping an eye on me. So he's going to be very much with me in spirit on this trip, and it's just nice to know he's there backing me up. There is just so much to go through. My head's just all over the place at the moment, and again it's just processing that I'm now finished work, I've checked out, and on this trip, that transition still hasn't really happened for me, and my stomach's been in knots over the last 24 hours. I've not really been looking forward to it. I've been full of anxiety and worry and overthinking everything, and that's what it is, overthinking everything. And here we are. So I'm hoping over the course of today and tomorrow I'll start to relax and enjoy and realise what I'm doing, because it's been a long time in the making. And I think I'll feel a little bit better once I get to Folkestone as well, because then the pressure is off a little bit, because that's the only trigger point, if you like. I need to get there for my train, and once I've done that, I'm pretty sure I've got no other destinations that are time sensitive. So yeah, once I actually get there and I've realised it's all good and I just have to wait for the train, and I get to the hotel and get a beer, and I think that's when I get that realisation. But there's lots of stuff ahead that I'm so excited about doing for the first time. I've never done this before, never ridden a motorcycle in Europe, and I've never gone to the majority of the countries that I'm going to on this trip. Some of the highlights for me are going to be just through the prep. When I say that, the highlights will be Switzerland, Austria, Italy, right off the bat, because I can't wait to go to those places. And just this, I'll be spending a day or two in each one, maybe a little bit more, and I just want to get a feel of the place. It's just about experiencing it just a little bit, and experiencing those roads and the views and the people and a little bit of that culture. That's what I want to get from it. I'm spending about 2 or 3 days across France, both at the beginning and the end of this tour. But I'm not going to be dwelling too much on things like memorials or historical sites in France. That's a great interest of mine, but I've got a tour later on in the year specifically aimed for looking at Normandy and all the sites of interest over there. This is not good, is it? Don't want this. and I'm certainly not going to be filtering in this thing. Hopefully this will pass soon, so I'll pick this up with you guys once we're in a little bit more free flowing traffic, I think. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, it seems like we're moving a little bit more freely now, and it's a tunnel! Woo! Yeah! Cool. Military 4-tonners there. Look at this. Love a good tunnel. Love a good tunnel. It's a good start so far. It was a little bit overcast this morning when I first set off around 8. But it's been fine all the way through the day, and now the sun's coming out. We've got blue skies. So the weather has got better further south. We're holding at around, I think that's 13 degrees. Oh no, I think it's just 19 degrees. 19 degrees, which is fantastic. Which explains why I'm kind of thinking about taking out my base layer in my jacket, because it's getting mighty warm. I've just thought then, I think I've forgotten to put my Relive app back on. I'm absolutely useless with, with trying to remember to turn that thing on and off, and it really irritates, because Relive is brilliant, really good. I love the maps that it generates of the routes that you've ridden that day. It's great to share, for one, and two, it's excellent to use in my videos. I really enjoy putting that at the end of each day to give you guys an idea of the ground I've covered, the route I've gone, all that kind of stuff. And I have put it on, and I've got this sticker here. It's clearly not working, and I'm sure I put resume back on. I have forgotten what the M25 is like. Oh man, this sucks. Just think, very soon you're going to be on an alpine road, covered in mountains, surrounded in mountains, surrounded in mountains, not covered in mountains. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, hopefully snow-capped mountains, going through tunnels. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Be in stark contrast to what you're seeing right now on a 4-lane motorway going around London. Oh, the joys. But it's all part of the trip. Okay. So I've got around 30 miles to cover on this before coming off. Oh. Yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, that sense of intrepidation, I guess, or worry has been growing over this week. I guess everybody has it in some level before a big trip, and it was a mixture of that combined with the urge to go. I just wanted to go because of all the planning and preparation and packing. There's only so much you can do before you just want to go, and I got to that point, probably about, I don't know, 2 days ago, 24 hours ago, when it really came to a head, and I was like, had nothing to do. Work was all wrapped up. All the packing had been sorted out. Checking off lists and all that kind of stuff. And I was twiddling my thumbs, and just the worry of it all, thinking I'm doing this on my own, and what if this and what if that. But I'm doing it. I sucked it up, and because the option was there to not do it. Just take the hit on the hotels, but if you went, I made my mind up on stuff like this a few years ago, that if I want to do something, you've just got to go and do it, and not wait for someone to do it with you. And that led to some of the earlier solo trips to Scotland, and as a result has led to this. So I'm sure tomorrow I'm going to feel a lot more relaxed and get into the swing of it, knowing that I've got this for the next 2 weeks, which is just incredible. It was quite nice coming down here on the M1 as well. My go-to would be the M6, but I've plotted and used the trip planner in the XT, the Garmin XT just there. And it's the first time I've done this on any tour ever. Oh, we've got another tunnel! Woohoo! That's right, get your hands in the air like you just don't care. Ready? Woohoo! Yeah! Check this out. Very cool. I do love a tunnel. Yeah. Oh. What was I saying? Yeah, trip planner. I've never used that before in any tour before. I've got my trusty notebook in my tank bag with all the way markers for the trip, as I do with every trip I do. However, I thought, why not give it a go, because it's a new gadget, and I've essentially plotted all of them in and just press go for the whole day. So today's the very first time I'm using it, and it's doing the trick. It's going through all the way markers to get here, and it was the XT that decided to go via the M1. But it's very cool, and so every day is plotted in there. We'll see how it goes when we're in Europe, how it works out, and if I want to break away from it. But I'm feeling pretty good about that. And it was also a lot more simpler to use than Basecamp, because I've tried to do it previously via Basecamp on my PC, and then import it into the GPS. But I just can't get along with Basecamp at all. I find it super complicated, and I just don't find it very logical or intuitive. So I've always shied away from Basecamp. Hence the notebook I have with all the way markers, and that's always seemed to work on all my trips. But either way, this route planner app within the XT GPS is pretty cool, and it's certainly working today. And every time I've turned the bike on and turned it back on again, it automatically there. I don't have to do anything. Once you press go, it's just there. So kudos for that. So I've covered around 160 miles so far from starting up in Staffordshire, and the bike's been running fantastic. It was effortless going along the motorway. I was just listening to music and ploughing through those miles, and I've only made 2 stops in that time, and the first one was for breakfast, because I hadn't had any. But anyway, the bike's been running well, and it had a full service last weekend ahead of this trip, and it had a clean bill of health. All the ticks, all green OKs, and the whole 9 yards. So I took it to try in Staffordshire, where I bought it from. However, there is still a problem with leakage. No, you never want a problem with leakage, do you? But it's a coolant that seems to be leaking underneath the bike, and it doesn't happen all the time. It's just every now and then, and obviously it's a concern. And I called them back, and they said it shouldn't be anything to worry about, and I have to monitor it. So yeah, I mean, that's something I just have to roll the dice with on this tour, and we have to keep our fingers crossed. So but I'm fully covered. I've got all the breakdown assistance, and I've got Toby back in mission control to help me out as well if the worst comes to the worst. One of the bigger ones though was about the tyres. I got a clean bill of health on my tyres, because obviously I bought the bike second hand, and I wasn't sure how many miles the current tyres had on them. They looked okay to me, but they checked the tyres for me, and I've got a good 5 to 6 mils, I think they said, on the back, and about 3 to 4 on the front. So there's nothing wrong with my tyres, which is good to know for the bank of Mapped. I didn't really want to spring for a new set of tyres with everything else, because the expenses were adding up. it'll be something we can look at after this tour. What a lovely afternoon, look at it, it's gorgeous. 19, 20 degrees, blue sky, white clouds. Just wished I was on a better road. Okay, 20 miles. So my plan is to get to as close as I can to Folkestone, and then fill up the bike before I get onto the tunnel, the train. I've got about half a tank of gas right now, so there's no concerns at this kind of point. But I just want to be waking up tomorrow with a full tank. Part of the problem is that all of this section seems to be limited to 60 miles an hour, which is a shame. But I am thankful that it is free flowing. This is what I'm curious about. I wonder if that arrival time, 3:35, is going to be accurate. You know, take into account that you know, we're going to be going via the train, you know. So I'm curious to see if that's taken that crossing into account. I'm thinking no. But if we get into the hotel between, I don't know, 4:30, I'll be really happy. Or 5 will be a good time. It's been a long day, you know. Getting up at leaving at 8. I woke up like at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't get back to sleep. I was just awake. You know, I tried my best to, you know, draw it out. I gave up at 6 o'clock and actually got up, went back to bed with a coffee and watched some nonsense on TV, and then just gave in after that and started to gather my stuff ready to go. If it's like this tomorrow, I'm definitely taking out all my base layers in my touring pants and jacket. Damn, it's muggy. Get some airflow, you know. Oh, goodness me. I should have known though. Goodness. Glad it's not raining. How lucky am I to start the tour in this weather? Okay, so we should be coming off this shortly, in about the next 10 minutes or so. I think I'm gonna have to, yeah, I am. Damn. Pay for the toll. Didn't even think about that. Well, this will be interesting. I remember years ago, over 20 years ago, when I had my very first bike, it was a Vespa. Vespa ET4 125, and I loved that thing, I really did. Anyway, I was bombing around all around this area on it, and I made a big error of coming off one of these roundabouts, coming onto the M25 and onto the Dartford crossing. Realising my mistake, I was terrified. Me and my little scooter on the M25 on the Dartford crossing. Thankfully, the nice guys at the Dartford crossing very kindly opened a slip road for me and allowed me to turn back. But yeah, that was one of those white knuckle moments. Oh look, there it is. The Dartford Bridge. Holy moly. Hey, it's free! Motorcycles are free! Woohoo! Alright. Jeez, I've not, like the slip road like that. There was one just like that crossing control point there. But it was on the other side I came through. Because Dartford proper is on the other side of the bridge, I believe. If I've got my bearings right. Holy crap, I've just not been here for years. It's quite nice. It's just visiting memories in a way. There's a couple of really big ships out there, cargo containers. Wow, look at that. It's pretty cool. What an unexpected bonus. Look at this bridge. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. Yeah, Dartford's down there. And I believe Bluewater, the shopping centre, is just over the hill, over there. And I used to work there in my very early 20s, during and after uni, as a cinema manager. Again, another life. Good times though, I had a really good time. Or maybe there isn't a toll booth thing anymore. Could be all been ripped out. But that was really cool. Oh yeah, looks like it's all electronic now. Hello Ken, how you doing? Yeah, been a long Bluewater, yeah, there we go. Oh, bloody hell. Nostalgia. Seriously guys, it's major nostalgia for me. If I had more time, I would go up to Bluewater. That place was a huge part of my growing up. Channel Tunnel, there we go. Okie dokily do. So I think we can say goodbye to, yes I did just say okie dokily do. I did, yeah. Sorry, I apologise. So we're on to the M20 and saying goodbye to the M25, which can only be a good thing. Good, look at that, clear road. Excuse me. Need to ease into the vlogging thing. Not on my A game yet, clearly. It's nice to have you back there, by the way, following on from the 3 pubs tour, which will be coming up soon actually on the channel. I think at the moment, as I'm riding today, you're still on the Iron Ring tour, coming to the end of that. But on the beginning of the 3 pubs tour, right as I began to film, I made a fatal error with this camera setup and broke the shade, the sunshade where this camera is mounted. So for the duration of that tour I had no dash cam. Of course we may do, but it's lovely being able to talk to you directly. I've also got a couple of new mounts, fixed mounts on the bike. We've got the one behind us right there. Hello. Both of these cameras, the dash one and the one in the top box, are the Drift XL Pro cameras. And the one on my lid, as always, is the Ghost 4K Plus. I also got another mount set up for when we get into more interesting roads on my crash bars. This down there. So I think that should be quite interesting. And of course we have the suction cup mount, which I'm quite excited about because that gives us quite a lot of options. So we can play around with that. Sadly I don't have any drone or any kind of 360 cameras. I can't afford them, sorry. So it's going to be fixed mount cameras on this tour. But there's going to be a mixture of different perspectives, so I think that's a good compromise. I'm also going to try and do it more off-bike footage, so you can see me. I think that's something I've shied away from a lot in more recent videos and tours. But as this tour is quite special, I'm going to try and yeah, just a little bit more of off-bike stuff. Nothing major. Anyway, it's nice to be off that nightmare of the motorway, and this one is fantastic. Look how clear it is. Making up some time here, which is good. And we've got about 45 miles to go on this. So I think at the end of this run, I'm gonna, well, as we get to the end of this run, I should say, so at about 40 miles, I'm gonna look for a service station to fill up the bike. So I'll leave it there for the time being, because I just want to get this motorway section out the way, and I'll catch up with you as I get closer to the Channel Tunnel. Speak to you in a bit. Alright, so we've blasted through about, I don't know, 20 miles, or maybe a little bit less, but I'm pulling in here at Maidstone Services. Is it Maidstone? Yeah, Maidstone Services. Again, Maidstone, that's a blast from the past. Anyway, I'm pulling in here to top up the tanks. I'm going to do it now, and so it's as full as I possibly can get it ahead of the tunnel, because I am only 30 miles or less than 30 miles out. So where's the services? Where is the services? Because of Mr. Tesco here, I can't see a bloody thing. Okay, here we go. On the left, on the left. So I think this is going to be a smart strategic move. So I avoid any fuel anxiety later on. Plus, I think, as I mentioned, it will help with the less faff tomorrow, not having to look for a petrol station. I can just worry about adjusting to riding on the right side of the road and a new country and all that kind of stuff. So fuel can be one less worry. At least first thing in the morning anyway. Okay, I'm going to go and get some fuel, then I'll catch up with you guys a little bit further down the road when we're closer to the Channel Tunnel. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, all fueled up. I also picked up a bottle of water and a sausage roll, because I think that might be handy on the crossing, or even waiting for the crossing. Come on. There we go. It's a bit weird, that, the power button. Okay. I'm only turning all of this stuff on because I won't be pulling in again. I won't be pulling in again until we're at the crossing. So let's push on. Covered 206 miles so far. So be interested to see how that plays out to the end of the day. Okay, good. I think that was the right thing to do. That was the right thing to do. Fuel up, grab a bottle of water. Do that now so it's less faffing. for when I'm at the Channel Tunnel. First time, I think. No, I have done it when I was a teenager. Well, that's not good. So I need to get back down there. Diverted traffic. Oh, it's going to bring me back on up here. Okay. I'm going to have to retrace my steps. That's what I'm thinking here. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to focus on getting to the tunnel, and I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Okay, we're almost there. We're about 5 miles out. I had an absolute nightmare getting back onto this, the M20, after that diversion. It is a horrible feeling knowing you're going the wrong way, especially when you're on a clock. So the check-in's now open on my train, and I'm just hoping that's not going to be any kind of problems. We should be fine. I've decided to follow this guy, as I'm assuming he's going on the same direction as me. So I don't mind following him for a little bit. I was just a moment ago nearly taken out by a woman who was not looking in her mirrors. It wasn't a happy bunny. She was in the slow lane, the inside lane, sorry, coming into the middle, and she just didn't see me and just came straight across, which is quite sobering. There we go. I got a way marker coming up on my my map, which is nice. So 3 miles. So although I was cursing myself for stopping and filling up and getting that food because of that diversion, I think it is going to play out to be the smarter move, because I'm getting a little bit peckish, as I haven't eaten since this morning, and I've got the cheap seats on the tickets, the cheapest you can get, so I haven't got any access to any kind of lounge or waiting area or whatever add-ons there may be, and yeah, any additional add-ons there may be with the Channel Tunnel. So I figured, I mean, I might have access to that stuff, I don't know, but I didn't want to get there and just twiddle my thumbs knowing that I can't purchase anything. So yeah, bought some water. I got myself a sausage roll. Look at that, that's pretty cool. That big hill. I also got myself a chocky bar. Ooh, yum yum yum. Okay, 1.5 miles. Yeah, getting a little bit of anxiety because doing something I've never done, and you know, doing it on your own as well. Just hoping I'm going the right way and this is where I should be going. It looks like it is. I've got big signs there saying Channel Tunnel, and my sat nav here is telling me it's the right way. Okay, I guess it's now looking at signposts more so than sat nav, and this is where I hope my tank bag will come into its own with all my documents in there. 2.5 miles this way. Was it that way? Oh shit. Channel Tunnel. I'm relying on signposts at the moment. Channel Tunnel. Very conscious that I keep saying Channel Tunnel. Yeah, straight over, Channel Tunnel. Okay, it's that knot in your feet, in your stomach when you're Sat nav's telling you to go back on yourself. So yeah, that's wait, channel tunnel. Okay. Freight. Passenger. Well, I am a passenger. Well, this looks like the right place. Who knows? Oh, we've got another way marker there. So it just looks like this is the right place. There we go, motorcycle, bus and car, passenger traffic, stop 300 metres ahead. Now I recognise this from all the videos I've watched. I think the trains are just there. I've got no idea what I'm doing, so okay, let's figure this out, shall we? Okay, so where am I going? B? B, I guess. Let's follow that guy, because I've got no idea. That seemed pretty pain-free. And 2:34 I think it said for my departure, which is fine. That's half an hour. Hopefully that'll be time for going for a pee. It's all very cool, very exciting. For me it is anyway. This is a real first. Oh. Okay. Wait there. Hi. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going.
Just follow the arrow and we are going to passport control now, yeah?
Yep.
Passport control, yeah? Go straight, man.
Oh!
Stay there, man. Stay there.
Okay. That wasn't very... I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, go straight, yeah?
Go that way.
Yeah, go straight and you are going passport control now, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you're 2:36, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are boarding in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Go straight, man.
Okay. Thank you. So boarding in 10 minutes. So this way. That big sign saying France. That would have been a cool picture. France. B1. France. Following the sign. Guess I'm going this way. Passport control. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm probably going to have to take my lid off for this. Well, this is all. I haven't spoken much, just taking it all in really. I've seen this so many times on fellow vloggers' journeys and trips, as well as obviously long way down. This place was featured, so you know, it's would have been one of those. It sounds silly really, but it sounds like it has always been an aspiration to do this, to ride my bike onto the Channel Tunnel and go over to Europe. So, and here I am. And because I've left it a little bit late, it's just been, I'm literally just going straight on by the looks of it. No time to stop, which I guess is a good thing. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my helmet off, so I'll say my goodbyes in a second. Hello, how are you?